Alright guys, so I want to share something, and it could be for the SHTF Start Now series, and just something that we should have regardless if that's happening or not. And I want to speak to you about Comfrey. It's an awesome plant. Here it is here. That's it there. And I have two spots in my front yard I have it growing. It grows pretty wild. But there's so many purposes that it can fulfill on your homestead, and I'd like to share those with you right now. Okay, so number one, you know, it roots deep. The tap roots will go deep. So first of all, it would be hard to get rid of the plant. You can, but it would take some time of digging and digging, because if you leave any part of that root in the ground, it's going to grow into the plant. So it's easy to chop pieces off and plant it other places, or chop pieces off and give it away or sell it, whatever you want to do. So it's real easy to do that. But it'll go deep, down deep, and it'll pull up nutrients, and it'll feed your trees. So it's good to plant comfrey around your trees, so it'll pull up the nutrients and bring all those nutrients deep down in the earth, bring it up to the surface where the roots are for your trees, and they could benefit from those nutrients, those minerals and those nutrients that's in your soil. That's number one. Number two, you could feed it to your chickens, and it's very good for your chickens to eat. It's a very healthy food for your chickens or any one of your animals. I'm saying chickens because I'm a backyard homesteader. I don't have a bunch of animals. I have chickens basically. I have quail, and I have fish at the moment. Fixing to get rabbits, but I'm not there yet. But I've been using the comfrey to help feed the chickens. Now, you don't feed it to them all the time. I don't know why. I've heard, just researching it, you know, you shouldn't give it to them all the time, and I don't. I would run out, you know. So, you know, maybe once a month or once every 2 weeks, I might cut some down and give it to them. Sometimes a whole month goes by before I realize, let me feed them some of that. But it's good to feed. Now, it's kind of drooping a little bit right now, and that's just because of the heat. Probably needs a little water. But it doesn't stop it from growing. As soon as you cut it, it starts growing. Okay, so that's the second thing. You can use it as a feed. Number three, you can make a salve with it. And I make a comfrey salve, and it's good for your joints. If you have arthritis problems, gout, just joint pain in general, we use it a lot. We have joint pains. I have a lot of joint pain from damaging myself when I was younger. Mindy, when she was younger, she got ran over by a car, and she's got like a, you know, one leg is a fake knee and a fake ankle. And so she suffers with a lot of pain from it. But I make a salve from the comfrey, and I'm gonna tell you, it works great. It really almost instantly removes pain. And I had something wrong with my hip, and started putting it on my hip, and whatever it was that was wrong with my hip, because I never went to the doctor, it fixed the problem. And then I hadn't really used, I quit putting it on my hip for, I don't know, months. And I just started having some problems with my hip, so I started putting it back on again, and I'm okay again. So whatever it was, whatever problem I'm having with the bone, because comfrey is the old term is knit bone, and it repairs your bones and brings healing to your bones. Okay, so that's the third thing. You can make a salve. So it's good medicinally, you know. The fourth thing, you can use it in your compost. So you could cut you can cut a bunch of the branches that are kind of dying off, the leaves that look like they're dying down or something. Cut them off, throw them in your compost. It'll add nutrients in your compost. That's number 4. Number 5, you can make a tea, and that's what I'm doing here. I got this thing, I filled this thing, I packed it with leaves and filled it up with water, and in 2 more days it'll be 2 weeks sitting here. I'm gonna let it sit probably a 3rd week. I opened it up. It's got the smell. They said it's gonna smell bad, and I believe them now. Also, I found out, don't touch it with your hands, because you get it on your hands, it's gonna be on there a long time before the smell goes away. So I'm gonna wear gloves when I'm fooling with it. But that's number 5, right? The first thing is nutrients for your trees. The second thing is food for your animals. The third thing is a salve. The fourth thing, a compost. Number 5 is you can make a fertilizer, tea. And let me tell you, with everything that's going on, if you're not paying attention to the news, or maybe some articles when it comes to farming and homesteading and all that, the realm where our fertilizers are made, produced and all that, man, many of the plants are burnt down, closed up. So there's a shortage on fertilizer, and that's one of the reasons why prices of food are going up. That's one of the reasons why price of your feed for your animals is going up. Okay, one of the there's several reasons, but one of the reasons is the fertilizer has spiked way up. And I've noticed it in the little bags that I get here and there, man. Just from last year, they're $5 more this year. And so if people that are buying, tons and tons of gallons, I can imagine they're increasing their price to fertilize. And so this just comes down to the consumer. We wind up paying for it. So it's great, because if you grow this stuff, it grows like crazy. You can make your own fertilizer with it. Another way to fertilize it would be number 6, is what they call the chop and drop. So you can actually chop this stuff down and just drop it all into your gardens, all in your garden beds and all that, and just let it decompose into the soil, because it's going to add all kind of nutrients. So that's 6 in 1. That's one plant right there. That's a 6-in-1 plant that you would definitely benefit from if you had it growing on your homestead or your farm or whatever. Grow it, especially those of you in the backyard homesteading like myself. That right there in itself is worth having. It's valuable, because the price of fertilizer is skyrocketed, and you won't have to go buy fertilizers. You're growing it, and this stuff, as long as the sun's out, it grows. Yeah, I'm telling you, it grows crazy. You can get in there and chop it down, and in a couple of weeks it's back up again. So I had just chopped that down, filled this thing up, made the salve, fed the chickens, and here we are right here. And I got 2 more of these in the front yard that I haven't even cut on yet. So I haven't even put any in my gardens or put any in my compost yet. So I'm just saying, thing grows like crazy, So I want to just pass that information on to you guys. COMFREY, check it out, do some research about it. I'm telling you, it works good medicinally, and it works great in your gardens, and it works great for your animals. So it's something that you really ought to consider growing. Now, it grows wild and it gets a deep taproot, so if you wanted to ever get rid of it, it's going to be hard, okay? You can, but it's going to be hard, because any little piece of roots left in the ground will grow the plant, because that's how easy it grows. So I got it growing by a couple of trees, and I'm actually want to spread it out some more. I got a couple of more pieces I cut off that I want to put in some certain places, just to pull up nutrients and add nutrients to more nutrients to my ground. My ground's real fertile as it is. All it's going to do is help it out even more. Guys, I just wanted to bring that out today for you guys, just to stress the importance of maybe having comfrey on your homestead, especially you backyard homesteaders. Like you don't have a bunch of animals, and I have chickens and I use their manure too. But if I didn't have chickens, I didn't have any animals to get any kind of fertilizer, the comfrey would be enough to do just for all your gardens that you're growing. Okay, so it's worth it just in that aspect, because fertilizer is ridiculous in price. You don't want to go buy any kind of fertilizer with chemicals in it. And the price of fertilizers are up there. If you go check them out, they're up there when you can buy you a plant or even get a plant for free from somebody, but it's even worth buying it. And once you get it planted, you can separate it and make more, sell it to people, give it away to people. But get educated on it. Research it. Find out all about it, how good of a plant it really is. I'd want to say that if you put it in a top 10 in all the world of highly nutritional plants, it would be up there. Like the moringa tree is another one, you know. So it'd be up there with that, because there's so much that that it does, so nutritional. The value is way up there in that plant, and you can get 6 purposes out of one plant. That's what's awesome about it. 6 purposes that one plant can do for you in your backyard homestead, on your farm, or wherever, whatever. Even if you're just growing food and you don't have animals, it would benefit you greatly to just cut the leaves and drop it in your gardens, and maybe once a year make some tea and water it down with some tea, some comfrey tea, or make a salve. Make a salve. It's real simple. You can research it. It's real easy to fuse it with some oil, some olive oil, and make a salve. We'll get you some beeswax. You can buy it. You can buy organic oil, organic beeswax. We'll buy you the little tins. It don't cost that much to do all that, I'm telling you, and it's worth having. We keep a lot of it because we use a lot, and plus I sell it, and I've been selling a lot of it. So yeah, so my first batch I gave a lot away to people that I knew that needed it, and now they're buying it from me. And that's what you can do the same thing. You can't keep giving it away, because you do have expense in buying the beeswax. If you don't have bees and you're not getting wax, you got expense in buying the olive oil, and then buying the little tins you want to put them in. And then so I mean, there's some expense in it, but it's a valuable plant to have. Comfrey is a valuable plant to have. So I just wanted to pass that information on to you guys. Okay, all right. Y'all be blessed. See you in the next video. All right, bye.